How's it going, important people? Today we are going to go over how to play the Ultimate Wizard in terms of attack and defense. We're going to talk about the starters, combos, all that good stuff. Everything you need to know so that you can play this deck effectively. A lot of people have asked me on stream, a lot of people have started playing the deck, and I've seen some combos that aren't exactly the most efficient. Since this isn't the most powerful deck in the game, you have to play it perfectly if you want to be effective. We're going to go over the pure build today. If you are interested in seeing a branded build, which I think is the more powerful one, check out this video over here. Without further ado, guys, let's get started. Hopefully you guys learned something. I do believe that this video will have good tidbits of information, even if you're a veteran of playing Dark Magician. So let me know in the comments below if you learned anything. Let's get into it. Before we get into some combinations in solo mode, I want to go over what the basic premise of this deck is. Our goal is to get Dark Magical Circle and Eternal Soul on the board with Dark Magician either in the graveyard or in our hand. This allows us to set up our control strategy using Dark Magical Circle to banish a card whenever Dark Magician is summoned. This gives us the opportunity to disrupt our opponent's plays, and it's the premise of the deck is control. Now we're going to talk about how to get into these three cards and then how to elevate Dark Magician to Dark Magician and Dragon Knight, which is basically a Dark Magician on the field or in the graveyard that is able to protect our back row. And our back row, as you just saw, is very important to us. Now, I want you guys to be sure that you're familiarized with all the cards. I'm not going to really describe what they do, but essentially, Magician's Souls and Magician's Rod, they're our best friends. Those are our starters. That's what we want. And then Illusion of Chaos allows us to get to our best friends, Rod and Souls. So guys, I'm going to go into solo mode here. We're going to talk about some combos, and then we'll go into ranked and see how we do. Alright guys, so this is the first test hand that we get, and we get our best friend Magician's Rod. We also get Dark Magical Circle and Magician's Salvation. So remember, Salvation allows us to set Eternal Soul, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So right off the bat, we already have our two best spell and trap cards on the field. That is awesome, because that is what we want to do. Also, this is disgusting, because we can't do anything with those three cards, but that's fine, because we're going to end up shuffling the deck anyways, and using our Magician's Rod to search for a spell and trap card. I am definitely going to go for Soul Servant here. Soul Servant, along with this Upstart Goblin, is going to turn into our other best friend, Magician's Souls. So I'm going to chain my Soul Servant to my Upstart. Hi, King Maddie, the editor here. I forgot to mention why I played Upstart first and then chained Soul Servant to that. It's simple because typically our opponent will not play Ash Blossom in response to Upstart. We chain block it by playing Soul Servant, then it would be too late for them to play Ash, therefore we get our draw that we wanted. And I'm going to go and grab that Magician's Souls. Now, what I'm going to do with Magician's Souls is I'm going to pitch my Dark Magician, and I'm going to then be able to summon my Magician's Souls. I will use this effect to get rid of Magician's Salvation. I like to get rid of Magician's Salvation here because it gives me that extra card advantage. I don't feel like Magician's Salvation does too much. But now I get Timaeus the United Dragon, which is actually a good draw along with Secrets of Dark Magic. So next turn, I can easily summon my Dark Magician with Eternal Soul, get a Banish if I wanted to, and then fuse them into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, protecting my back row from destruction. But we're not going to do that just yet in this duel. I just kind of want to show what to do with the extra deck. So if you are playing the branded or the DP variant of this deck, you're definitely going to want to go into Predaplant and either get rid of your Fusion Destiny and go into DPE, or get rid of Branded Fusion and go into Mirror Jade. But in this scenario, we're playing pure DM. So Predaplant is still an option. I'll show you guys later how I would use it. But here, what a lot of people like to do is they like to get rid of, let's say we don't even have Magician's Souls. They like to get rid of Magician's Rod and go into Artemis. The reason you go into Artemis, and let's say Magician's Souls isn't on the field, Artemis allows you to have a spellcaster to be tributed. Because remember, Magician's Rod's other effect is whenever I play a spell or trap on my opponent's turn, I can tribute a spellcaster and add Magician's Rod back to my hand. So that is why a lot of people like to play Artemis. So in this scenario, I'm actually going to show you guys why I keep Armillyre Star Leader Dragon in my deck. So realistically, we did draw Timaeus, but I mentioned earlier that I'm not a big fan of Timaeus. I would much rather have Armillyre in the deck, and here's why. It is a Link 2, and if I do have this combination here of Secrets of Dark Magic along with Eternal Soul and Dark Magical Circle, I could go into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight very easily. So I'm going to want to put my toggle to on, because I want to make sure that I'm able to get my Dark Magician out ASAP. The only thing that could really hurt me here is if my opponent has Called by the Grave, which they do not. Now what I like to do in this situation is I like to wait. So there, just asked me if I wanted to activate my Magician's Rod effect. I do not in this scenario. But here I like to wait and see what my opponent does. If they play Harpy's Feather Duster, I like to chain Secrets of Dark Magic to go into my Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. That way my back row is protected from Harpy's Feather Duster. But in this scenario, we're going up against Gem Knight, a bot. So let's see what they do. They go into their battle phase. I'm going to chain Secrets of Dark Magic, or activate it, I should say. Go into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. And then I will get to banish this Gem Knight Garnet. So Armillyre is a pretty useful little link too. If you have space in your extra deck, I would suggest going into it. And now, just like that, we have our back row set. We have our big boss monster out, and we have Dark Magical Circle and Eternal Soul. And we also have a Dark Magician in the grave, and this is the loop that I was telling you guys about. This is the big plays that we make as Dark Magician players. We are control duelists. This is what we have to do. We have to control the field. So we just start banishing stuff with Dark Magical Circle. Remember, it's a once per turn. And then also we have Secret Village of the Spellcasters in this deck. So now our opponent can activate spell cards, we can't destroy our back row, and we can keep looping our Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. I'm sorry, our Dark Magician or Dark Magician the Dragon Knight to banish cards. We also have Soul Servant's effect here that we can activate to draw another card. So we're in pretty good shape here. I also want to show you guys what I like to do is I will typically go into IP in this scenario. I'll go into IP, and from there, we could use this Timaeus. We can go ahead and use this Timaeus, summon it, end our turn, and then what I would do is I'm going to wait for them to summon something, right? I'll play Eternal Soul, go into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, banish the Garnet, and then chain Masquerena. So now I could go into a Link 4 here. I go into a Link 2 through 4 here. Up to me. So you can go into Blackluster Soldier, you can go into Access Code, you can go into Nightmare Unicorn. The possibilities are endless. But yeah, IP Masquerena is definitely a good card, especially with how you're able to get another card on the field with Eternal Soul, if you have Eternal Soul, which you should be able to get it out most of the time. So in this scenario, I guess we'll go Blackluster Soldier, because why the heck not? I will tell you why the heck not. If I'm being honest, truthfully, your best bet would be to just keep Dark Magician the Dragon Knight on the field and that back row protection. But because I'm just trying to showcase all the uses of the extra deck and all the different boss monsters you could get out, I'm going to show you how to get out Blackluster Soldier in this scenario. But realistically, probably you want to keep Dark Magician the Dragon Knight on the field. And we're in pretty good shape. So that is basics of how to utilize Artemis, how to utilize IP Masquerena, and how to set up Dark Magician the Dragon Knight using Armillyre the Star Leader Dragon. You also saw that we did draw Timaeus the United Dragon, so we could have used that as well. Let me show you another common way that some people go into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Imduk, the World Chalice Dragon. If you guys have seen some of my past videos, I'm a big fan of Imduk. Typically we use Imduk to just recycle our Dark Magician, send him to the graveyard so that we can keep summoning him back with Eternal Soul and get a pop with Circle. But in this situation, I'm going to show you, Imduk works perfectly because he's essentially like a Link Spider, but he is a dragon monster. So if you have Dark Magicians in the field, or let's say you have Eternal Soul set, during your opponent's turn, you can, during the draw phase, activate Eternal Soul, summon Dark Magician, and fuse him with Secrets of Dark Magic. But since we have a Dark Magician in hand, we're able to just go straight into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight using Imduk. So a lot of different plays you could do with Imduk, a lot of different ways you can summon him. That's how I typically like to do it. He's very useful. I definitely would recommend saving an extra deck slot for Imduk. Alright, so we talked about Artemis a little bit. Let's see what we can do with this hand. Honestly, this is a cracked out hand. Excellent hand. With this hand, we can go into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight turn 1. Let me show you how. So you start off with Magician's Rod. You use Rod to grab one of our pieces of the triangle, Dark Magical Circle. Okay? Next, let's play Preparation of Rites. Now, with Illusion of Chaos in our hand, we are going to go ahead and grab Timaeus the United Dragon. Now we can stack Timaeus back there. Okay, so now we are easily able to go into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. We summon Dark Magician using using Magician Soul's effect. Let us then tribute our Magician's Rod using Timaeus' effect. Tribute a spellcaster to summon Timaeus. And then we can easily fuse into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. And I like to put my Dark Magician the Dragon Knight in one of the relinquished anima spots, so either this spot or this spot, because I know it's protected by Eternal Soul. The Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, a Dark Magician on the field, protects our back row from destruction. Let's play Dark Magical Circle, okay? Now with Dark Magical Circle, let's go ahead and stack Soul Servant. And let's use Soul Servant to stack a Secret to Dark Magic. Let's do that. Let's grab Secret to Dark Magic. Okay. The Dark Magician there. Let's just go ahead and grab the secrets. And then stack. We will use that Soul Servant effect, might as well, to get that Dark Magician. Alright, so now our back row is protected. We have Secret to Dark Magic on the field. Alright, so they go Senju again. Play Eternal Soul. Eternal Soul. Not going to activate its effect just yet. They're going to go ahead and search for their Demise King of Armageddon. And they play Swords of Revealing Light. I'm going to go ahead and use Eternal Soul's effect here. So this is, basic Dark Magician strategy of 2023. Merlin wants to learn about Dark Magician too, guys, so he's here. Basic Dark Magician strategy. Your goal is to loop this back row of Eternal Soul and Dark Magical Circle to summon out Dark Magician as many times as you can and get banishes on your opponent's field. So I'm going to go and target this card right here because I know they can't activate it because it's set. So I know they can't activate it. And then I'm going to use my Magician's Rod effect. We talked about this earlier. To sacrifice our Dark Magician to add Magician's Rod back to our hand. Pretty nice. Okay? So then, this is another combo that I don't see a lot of people playing, mainly because not too many people play Mahad. I like to play Mahad, so I'm going to show you guys this. This is a good way to try to finish duels. So if you have Secret to Dark Magic, or you just have Dark Magicians on the field, you are able to go into the Dark... if you have Secret to Dark Magic, you're able to go into the Dark Magicians. But if you have Soul Servant, let me show you what you can do. So I'm going to use my Circle effect again to get rid of Swords of Revealing Light, because I would like to attack. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and attack with Dark Magician. I'm sorry, with Magician's Rod. I'm going to attack with Dark Magician. Okay? I'm going to fuse into the Dark Magicians. And by the way, I'm just trying to show you guys a combo here. Let's pretend and act like Dark Magician the Dragon Knight isn't here. Let's say they just have an open field and you have the Dark Magicians and Soul Servant in hand. So you attack with the Dark Magicians here. Okay? Next, what you're going to want to do is chain Soul Servant and stack Palladium Oracle Mahad on the top of the deck. Okay? Now, the Dark Magician's effect activates because you played a Spell or Trap card. And we're going to activate that effect to draw Mahad, and then when Mahad is drawn, we get to summon him. We summon him in attack mode, and we finish him off. And that's for game. So, if you're running Mahad and you got the Dark Magicians, that's a little play that you can use. Alright, so this is a duel we had in Platinum. It was against a Punk Zombie deck. I'm going to show you my favorite combination using Predaplant, and it involves Magician's Combination. See what I did there? Pretty funny, right?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So we're going to start with Preparation of Rites, okay? Preparation of Rites to get Illusion of Chaos to get Souls, Souls to send Dark Magician to summon Magician Souls. Now, next we're going to play Chicken Game after this to draw the card that we stack with Soul Servant. It's going to be our other best friend. We've seen him plenty of times now. It is Magician's Rod. Okay, so we're going to draw it here with Chicken Game. We're going to go ahead and whip out our Rod.
What did he say?
And then we're going to use it to search for Dark Magical Circle. Also, this Soul Servant here is going to turn into a Pot of Greed very shortly. I'm going to show you how. We're going to use Terraforming to get Secret Village, our big Floodgate. Then we're going to place Dark Magical Circle. So before I go any further, I want to go over what Magician's Combination does. It is the only Omni-Negate in the deck. If you have Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl on the field, you can tribute it and summon the other one from your hand or graveyard and negate an effect that just got activated. If you do that, when you have Dark Magician Girl and you have Circle on the field, when you summon Dark Magician, you get to banish a card on the field as well and get a negate. And with Secret Village and Summon Limit now, we're in good shape. We did get rid of our Chicken Game to draw an extra card using Salvation's effect. So here's what you do. You have to use Predaplant's effect to send Fusion Deployment. Fusion Deployment lets us summon Dark Magician Girl. And now we get Soul Servant to be a Pot of Greed because we have Girl and Dark Magician on the field. We get 2 extra cards. We set them all. I'm not worried because I have Secret Village. I'm not worried about getting Harpy's Feather Duster or getting Lightning Storm. I did put my toggle on here so I can activate Summon Limit right away. Guys, I'm telling you, in a pure DM build, your Floodgates win the game for you. That's the truth of the matter. Also, I'm going to show you here how you can get rid of your Floodgates so they don't affect you on your turn. But they start trying to get going, and they activate their Unizombies effect. I chain Magician Salvation because I want to banish this. Negate the effect, and then I was going to chain my Circle here. I tried to, and they actually had Ghost Ogre. So they end up destroying Circle, but if they didn't have that card, we'd be able to get rid of the Unizombie here. They do end up activating the effect again, sending their Necro World Banshee. They're trying to get Zombie World on the field. It really doesn't help them because we have Summon Limit. We also have Secret Village. We end up playing Soul Servant here to get Circle back. We draw another 2 cards. We play our Circle. We have Eternal Soul. We use our Rod again to get Secrets of Dark Magic. And then we're going to go ahead and summon Magician Souls. Get rid of our Summon Limit. So now we could summon more than twice per turn. So we basically used Summon Limit on their turn, and then we got rid of it using Magician Souls. Remember, you can also use this effect on Skill Drain. Even though Skill Drain negates effects on the field, you can use Magician Souls to send Skill Drain or Summon Limit for cost, and then the effect will resolve. And obviously, since it's already been sent, it's no longer on the field. Skill Drain, that is. Magician Souls effect will resolve, and you'll get to draw off of it. And you'll get to use effects during your turn. So we're going to go ahead and attack over the Unizombie with Rod. They're going to get to summon their Algul Mazera. Don't know what that does. Doesn't really matter. We're going to chain Secrets of Dark Magic. Summon the Dark Magicians. Obviously, we have Eternal Soul now. Now we're going to get to banish this Unizombie. And we also will get a draw off of the Dark Magicians, which comes in handy here for the OTK. Because we're going to need it to activate Super Poly's effect. It's none other than Skill Drain. Probably the best card in the deck, realistically. We attack with both, and then we chain our Super Polymerization. And they end up scooping it up. For the end, I want to show you guys this really cool OTK that you can set up with just 2 cards if your opponent basically gives you an open field. So I went back and I looked. They were using a Math Mech deck, and I guess they bricked. They set Rivalries of the Warlords and 1 other card. We're going to play Illusion of Chaos. Because we only have 2, we weren't able to bait out the Ash with Preparation of Rites. But normally, if I didn't draw my other Illusion of Chaos, I would have played Preparation of Rites here. And I would have been able to resolve my Illusion of Chaos because they probably would have ashed that. But nevertheless, we still get it off. We play Magician's Rod, and we grab Dark Magical Circle. Now, with Dark Magical Circle, The reason I like to always grab it is resources. Realistically, you have to hope to get lucky. If you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, luck is a part of the game. Our deck is not the most uber consistent deck on earth. You have to get lucky. So I like to use Dark Magical Circle. It gives me a 1 in 3 chance, especially if I have Upstart, to get a card that I need. And even maybe add a spell or trap to my hand that lists Dark Magician. So we get lucky enough to get Magician Souls here, and I instantly know that I have a good chance to set up this OTK. So I'm going to go ahead and use Magician Souls to summon Dark Magician, and they chain Max C. From there, I'm going to chain my Soul Servant, and I'm going to stack Secrets of Dark Magic to the top of my deck. So now I have Dark Magician on the field. I'm also going to get a banish off of Circle, but I'm going to be able to draw the top card of the Soul Servant. So we're going to banish the Rivalries there, and then we're going to draw the Secrets of Dark Magic. So here, like I said, if you have Magician's Rod and Illusion of Chaos, then you're golden, because all you have to do is summon Rod, search for Secrets of Dark Magic, then use Illusion of Chaos, or Magician Souls even, to summon Dark Magician. Then you can fuse Dark Magician using the Secrets of Dark Magic with Illusion of Chaos to summon the new monster that just got released to Master Duel, Master of Chaos. Master of Chaos lets us then summon a monster out of our graveyard, any monster, and that is Dark Magician. We attack, and then we get the Dark Magical finish. Cheeky little OTK there. I really like it. Easy way to win duels if your opponent gives you an open board. Alright guys, well there you have it. That is how you play Dark Magician like a boss. You are trying to control the board using Dark Magical Circle and Eternal Soul. Keep trying to recycle that Dark Magician. Get Dark Magician the Dragon Knight out to protect your back row. And then from there, you can manage to get any other big boss monsters out, whether it be if you're playing Branded, Mirror Jade, if you're playing DPE, get DPE out, or even just the pure build, getting Master of Chaos, Blackluster Soldier, Nightmare Unicorn, Access Code Talker, going into your link plays. This is the best way to do it. Those are the ways. If you guys have any specific questions, please let me know in the comments below. If there's anything I missed, let me know. If you guys have any questions you want to get direct answers from me, come to the stream at twitch.tv/KingMatty. I would love to see you there. Guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much. Go kick some butt with Dark Magician.
Is where we